Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today, as you can see from the title, we're actually going to go ahead and do the Fragrance Hall of Fame tag video. This video is a series that was started by our viewer Greggy Boy, and the idea behind it was to tag reviewers in succession and basically come up with a fragrance that they thought deserved to be in the Fragrance Hall of Fame. And I guess the overall idea would be that people could come look at this series of videos and see what are the best or Hall of Fame fragrances within the fragrance community, or what people actually thought of it. And that's the point of this series and how it goes through. So I am the, I believe, fourth person being tagged, and the fragrances that have been tagged so far are Dior's Fahrenheit, Pardon by Nasamoto, Millésime Imperial by Creed, and which leads me to my video. So when I think of a Hall of Fame fragrance, I think of fragrances. When the idea was presented to me, I thought of a couple fragrances right off the bat, and to me, their fragrances, or Hall of Fame fragrances, consist of fragrances that, at least, even if you don't like them or don't have them, you should absolutely know about and know what their significance is to the community, or not even to the community, but to fragrance in general. So a good example, I'll even use Greggy Boy's example. The first one, which was Fahrenheit, it's number one, it's timeless, and number two, it kind of used, I think it was a violet note, I forgot what it was, but it has an impact on the fragrance community, or on fragrances in general, and people have tried to emulate what Fahrenheit kind of does. And Fahrenheit is iconic enough that, if you present it to someone who knows their smells, they're instantly going to know that they're smelling Fahrenheit. And if you look at something like Millésime Imperial, this is, as for many people, especially coming from, liking just the, I guess you could say, like the aquatics, the Aqua di Gios, which is another one that somebody should bring up. It's not mine, but Millésime Imperial is kind of like the entry drug for that, basically. It's like the entry drug fragrance, almost. So, go figure. But, so for thinking about, so that's kind of the idea of when I'm thinking about Hall of Fame fragrances, or a Hall of Fame fragrance that belongs in the Hall of Fame. When I think of a Hall of Fame fragrance, this one came to mind. I kind of looked through my collection, saw a couple, but this one really came to mind, and that is Thierry Mugler's Pure Malt. Pure Malt comes to mind for number one. I was thinking earlier of possibly doing Angel Men instead of Pure Malt, and Angel Men could have done the same thing, but I think Pure Malt really took it to the next level, and it really was the Pure series that really got people into this kind of rabid frenzy of buying anything that Thierry Mugler puts out, whether it be Pure Havane, Pure Chili, and everyone kind of, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people look forward to these type of releases that come out. They look forward to these pure fragrances that come out, and they usually blind buy it. I know I do. And it's largely because of the success of Pure Malt and what Pure Malt did. The whole fragrance being aged in whiskey barrels, Angel Men being aged in whiskey barrels, and out comes Pure Malt, kind of added to the whole mystique. And whenever you heard people talk about it, you've got videos on, a ton of videos on Pure Malt. You've got videos on how to cut this so it doesn't kind of jam down, or it's easier to spray with it. You've got just so much, and even before they reopened it up, the prices of this fragrance had just skyrocketed, and they've gone pretty much way out of proportion, just because everyone wanted to get their hands on Pure Malt. So Pure Malt, to me, goes into the Hall of Fame, and it rightfully deserves its place in the Hall of Fame. Now, with that, I've got to tag someone, and the person that I am tagging is, I have a really hard time pronouncing her name, but it's Natasha, basically. And I'm going to have her link down below, and I'm going to have her link right here as well, too. So she's the next person that I'm tagging. Go ahead, introduce your fragrance that you believe to be in the Fragrance Hall of Fame. As always, actually, for anyone who does it who is not a reviewer, feel free to mention what you think should be in the Hall of Fame. Do you agree with my choice? Do you think it's a horrible choice? Either way, I'd love to hear about it. All right? Take care of yourselves and have a great day.